Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I've had a few paranormal experiences in my life, and I mentioned this in a video, and someone said, oh, do you believe in ghosts? I'm like, well, yeah, I've had some paranormal experiences, and I just wanted to share some of them. And I did a video the other day, a long video. I think I'm gonna have to cut it up because I want to separate all the individual stories. And I've actually had a few things happen to me. A couple of things when I was younger, and then when I was in my 20s, I moved into a house that was haunted. And there were several spirits, and everyone who went into that house saw something, except for my mother and my friend's mother. But everyone who stayed in the house, everyone who visited the house and like stayed over, except for them, because we never left them alone for a minute because we didn't want anything to happen to them. Everyone else who stayed in the house and lived in the house over a couple of years had some sort of paranormal experience. Eventually we moved out, the house was torn down, and only a couple of things have happened since then. And the weirdest thing, I think, because when I moved in with my friend, she had a boyfriend who was staying over a lot, and they had been in the other house, and they'd both seen things. Like, he'd seen a woman, and he thought my friend was on the stairs, and he's like, weren't you just on the stairs? And she's like, no, she was upstairs with me, but he saw like a woman going up the stairs, and she thought it was her. So, and she'd sort of heard things, and when we were at their apartment, I was in one room, and there was a wardrobe back to back and sharing the sort of wardrobe wall, and there was this banging on the wardrobe, and I was in my room because I hadn't long moved in. I was sort of organising stuff in my room, and they were in the other room, and I'm like, I went into the room like, why are you banging on the door? Like I know you're there. Like, what do you want? And like, we weren't banging on the door, and I'm like, you weren't banging on the back of the wardrobe wall. She said, no, you weren't putting anything in there. Like, no, they were both sitting on the bed talking or something. And I'm like, were they pranking me, or was that real? But they said it was real. And I'm like, did we bring something? Did one of the spirits, because there's supposedly 3 spirits in the house, a boy, a woman, and a man. And the man was very aggressive. The woman didn't really do anything. The boy really only appeared once to someone. And when we went to, when I moved, because I was living with my friend for a while, and then she and her boyfriend got somewhere else, and they left me in the apartment, and I couldn't find another person to share with. I didn't want to share with a stranger, so I went and got my own place. It was the first time I had my own apartment. And I moved in, and much like now, I had 3 bookshelves, and on top of the bookshelves, much like now, I had a row of Star Trek models. And I came home one day, they were all facing the same way. Came home one day, there was one model on the ground broken, and one of the Enterprises was turned around 360 degrees facing the other direction, because they were all facing the same direction, all basically with the saucer sections basically sitting in between the nacelles practically. And Star Trek fans would know what I'm talking about. And it was, like I said, turned around 100, totally turned around facing the opposite direction, and one of the other ones was broken on the ground. Now, there's no way it could have turned around on its own. There's no way it could have swung around or something. There was no one else in the house. It was my own house. I lived by myself. I went out in the day. I came back later in the evening, and it was like that. Now, could someone have broken into my house and moved something around to make me think something weird had happened? I guess it's possible. Why would someone do that? It couldn't have been someone else, and there's no way that item could have moved and turned around on its own. And it was like it was trying to let me know, hey, I'm here. Look, your Enterprise is facing the wrong way. And I felt like it was trying to let me know that it was still with me. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. So no, so that was just really, I'm like, it was just really, you feel like you can't do anything about something like that. It happens, and it's not like a problem with a person you can deal with. It's just it's just scary. And like I said, it's not fun. It's not entertaining. When you have people watch ghost stories and it's, ooh, isn't that spooky and fun? I'm like, no, it's terrifying. So yeah, that was that experience. It was just really weird. And I think that was it. I think there was something else that happened when I moved into another house. Oh, I can't remember. No, I moved here. This is the next place I moved to, and nothing's happened here. Yeah, except after my mother died, something did keep happening, and it was annoying me, and I sort of one day just made the connection, oh, this is something Mum had an issue with. And I said, okay, Mum, I get it, you're here. Is that what this is? You're trying to show me? and then it didn't happen again. And I'm not saying what, because if I ever go to a medium and I want them to be able to say, did this happen? And I can say yes, and I can know I never told anyone, so it's not like, because they always claim that someone tells, mediums have informants and they just find out things from your personal life. No one can know this because I haven't told anyone in the world. I'm the only person who knows. So if anyone else tells me about it, they're either psychic or they can read minds. So that's my other experience. And it wasn't a big thing, but it was just really like obvious, like here, I'm here. I'm like, okay. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.